Hello, everyone, and welcome to the French Tech Funding Wire. I'm Chris O'Brien.
And I'm Helen O'Reilly-Durand. This week we're covering the latest news from the French tech ecosystem. That includes a new fund from XAnge and a fascinating AI voice startup.
Let's start with XAnge, which is an established name on the French tech scene and has raised 4 previous funds backing such startups as Lydia, Ledger, Believe, and Odoo. More recently, they've invested in companies like Skello, 360 Learning, and Greenly. On Monday, XAnge announced the first closing of 200 million euros toward what will be a 250 million euro fund. They'll lead early-stage rounds with initial investments ranging from 1 million euros to 15 million euros. Not only will this be their largest fund, but it comes with bigger geographic ambitions. XAnge is expanding beyond their traditional stomping grounds of France, Benelux, and DACH to cover most of continental Europe, excluding the UK. They're building this fund around 3 investment pillars: AI, transformation, deep tech, and sustainable future. And because we can't walk out the front door without tripping over another AI startup, Helen, tell us about the winner of this week's fundraising lottery. That would be Beside, correct? Who and what is Beside?
Beside is rebuilding the phone for the AI age, and they just raised $32 million. The company has created an AI-powered telephony and messaging assistant specifically for small businesses. Think contractors, real estate agents, hairdressers, truck dispatchers. These are the 100 million Americans whose jobs happen over the phone, not behind dashboards. The problem they're solving is massive. Small businesses answer fewer than 40% of inbound calls, and 4 out of 5 callers who reach voicemail never call back. In home services, responding within the first minute can triple or quadruple conversion rates. What makes Beside different is they didn't just layer AI on top of existing phone systems. They rebuilt the telephony stack from the ground up. They're now handling millions of calls per month, managing number provisioning, regulatory compliance, call forwarding, and porting. In 18 months, they hit $4 million in annual recurring revenue with over 20,000 paying customers. Half of those users open the app 14 times a day, 6 days a week. That's serious engagement. The founding team is interesting. Led by CEO Maxime Germain, 4 of the 5 co-founders previously built Jour, a mental health app that was acquired by Alan for $20 million. So they know how to build products that scale. The Series A was led by EQT Ventures, with participation from Index Ventures, plus some notable angels including Slack founder Stuart Butterfield. Long-term, Beside wants to become a full mobile carrier with SIM-level integration. And they're comparing themselves more to Square, Toast, and Shopify than to Slack or Notion, positioning as infrastructure for the real economy rather than productivity SaaS.
Thanks, Helen. Before we wrap up, let's touch on the broader funding trends. Between November 10th and 14th, 13 French tech companies raised a total of 72.35 million euros. Naturally, Paris completely dominated with 10 of those 13 deals.
In terms of sectors, AI and software led the pack at 45.7 million euros, followed by mobility and smart cities at 25.1 million euros. Other notable deals included U-Space, the Toulouse-based satellite manufacturer, raising 24 million euros, and Sunday, the restaurant payments platform from the Big Mama founders, raising $21 million.
Yeah, I was intrigued to hear that news about Sunday. I remember way back in 2021 when they raised a $100 million Series A round that felt like this watershed moment for a French tech e-commerce company. And then a year later, they were cutting jobs and seemed headed to the startup graveyard. I hadn't heard anything about them forever, and I figured they were, cooked. Well, glad to hear they're still bouncing around.
Okay. And on that less than appetizing note, That's all for this week's French Tech Funding Wire. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.